Now it's time for the segment that's sweeping the fantasy football nation. It's That'll Get You Benched. First of all, That'll Get You Benched. Red Zone channel, I love you. I have no other choice but to watch you. But I can't watch 2, 3, 4 games at once. Okay? It's too much. It's too much going on. I'm trying to stay informed and to know what's going on. I watch my Red Zone channel. I know you guys mean well, but sometimes it's too much. I ain't Max Headroom, my man. Slow it down. Dial it down. 1 game at a time. 2 at most. For a second. Okay? That'll get you benched. Okay? And give me a headache. 12 extra points blocked or missed. Roger Goodell. That'll get you benched. Nobody wants to see points left on the field. Okay? 12 extra points blocked. Yo, all you got to do is make some fucking extra points and you're missing them. I got to tell you something. You know that thud the ball makes when a football hits the goalpost? I want that to be my my ringtone. I love that sound. That'll wake your ass up in the morning, that doom. When you miss an extra point, you hear that sound like doom. That'll get you benched, field goal kickers. You got one job. Kick the field goals. Okay? All right, the wildest flag of the season, and definitely the wildest flag of the weekend, was in Indianapolis versus the Titans. This is, I think that the referee had a good sense of humor because everybody moved during one play except for the center, and it was an offsides call. Okay, and the referee said, false start, everybody but the center. I think he was just like, this. It looked so crazy. It looked like some Keystone Cop shit. Okay? The center, that was your fault. If the whole team moves and you don't, that'll get you benched. The 4th down false play. Oldest trick in the book. I got 2 instances. One that worked and one that didn't even come close. Jacksonville, you were in the game against Detroit with 4 minutes left and you jumped offside and gave the fucking game away. What's wrong with you? You know they're trying to jump you off the offsides. That'll get you benched. Shout out to my man Matt Stafford. I like him. I like him a lot. Looks like my son Maceo. Miami, you had 4th and 25 and you lined up. What were you going to do to get the Rams to jump off sides 5 times? You're bugging. Don't make me bench everybody. It's the oldest trick in the book. If you're a professional football player, okay, and the game is on the line and you jump off sides because of some hot count or some sling count or some fancy twiddle dick count, you should be benched right there on the field. You don't even get I don't care if you're a star. The coach should be whistle your ass off the field, sit your ass down, do 10 push-ups, and sit your ass on the bench. All right? Let's get into That'll Get You Benched with the Los Angeles Rams. I don't even know where to start here, so let's just take it from the top. Todd Gurley was a lock, okay? He was a lock. I picked him up in the 1st round as many other people did. Some people even picked him number 1. I didn't, okay? That's why I'm the guru and you ain't. Okay, he's the front runner for the most disappointing player in fantasy football of the season. Todd, you've been outscored by a fucking field goal kicker. Okay, Justin Tucker has outscored you, Todd Gurley. That breaks my heart. That hurts me to say it. I'm not trying to shame you. You're probably 22 years old. I know you're confused. You're out in LA. You don't know what the fuck is going on. You spent your first season hibernating in St. Louis. You come out to Los Angeles with your dreadlocks hooked up and all that other fly shit. You were on Hard Knocks on HBO and all that other fly shit, and you're being outscored by Justin Tucker, a field goal kicker? Jeff Fisher, you took long enough to get Jared Goff on the field. You paid big money to Tavon Austin, okay? And you only just barely figured out how to use him properly 11 weeks into the season. You're paying the guy $50 million. He doesn't want to take the money and run. Your lights-out defense got exposed by the New Orleans Saints. People are calling you Mr. 7-9, Jeff Fisher. People are calling you Mr. 7-9. And to top it off, the most noise that has come from your squad this year is that you called Eric Dickerson and you told him he wasn't welcomed on your sideline. And then you questioned and you denied the conversation took place. Listen, if Eric Dickerson is out there talking shit about the team, and you don't want him on the sideline, I support that and respect that. Eric Dickerson is like, I'm the face of the franchise. No, you're not Eric Dickerson. Okay, this ain't the 80s. You ain't got no Jerry curl, and you ain't wearing the goggles. You want to talk shit, and you were talking greasy, Eric Dickerson. You were talking greasy, okay? The shit that Eric Dickerson was saying was insinuating Jeff Fisher should be fired. If I'm Jeff Fisher, I'm like, yo, fuck this guy. I don't care what he did in the 80s. I don't care what he does with his Jerry curl juice. I don't want him on my sideline. But if you said that to him, own up to it. Jeff Fisher, Eric Dickerson, he could still run you over. If you told Eric Dickerson, fuck you, you're not staying on my sideline, and then you deny it, that'll get you benched and possibly fired. The Rams gave you an extension before the season. Admit it. Okay, you thought moving to Los Angeles, shit was going to be sweet. Okay, it's time for the Rams to start thinking about their future. You got a new stadium. Okay, you got a nice, young, capable roster. Speaking of that stadium and looking into my Juru crystal ball, they're building a mecca to the NFL in Inglewood, and I like it. Los Angeles will be the football capital of the world. Super Bowls will be played here for years to come. And Jeff Fisher, you ain't gonna have no parts in that. Mark my fucking word. If the Rams want to think about playing in some of those Super Bowls, then I'm sorry to have to do this to you. I'm benching the whole fucking team. I'm shutting the whole team down. I will rescind the benching if you stick it to Tom Brady and that mumbling, stuttering, mean-spirited Bill Belichick this weekend in New England. I will take back everything I say. Just if you beat them, just on GP, general purpose. Aaron Donald, I'm looking at you. I'm talking to you. Josh Bellamy, wide receiver of the Chicago Bears. I feel bad for this one. The Bears were down 24-14. You battled back. I don't know how you did it. I have no clue how the Bears are even competing. You scored a touchdown with 3 minutes left to pull within 6. And then Josh Bellamy. I feel bad for you, man. You dropped a game-winning touchdown with 47 seconds left, and you were wide open. I know it stings, and I hate to do this to you, young shooter. There was nobody within 5 yards of you, okay? You had a clutch third down catch on the previous drive. It was beautiful, but that's not the one you can drop. You cannot drop a game-winning touchdown with 47 seconds left. I hated seeing you walk off the field with your head down. I hated it, Josh Bellamy, okay? But that'll get you benched. Jordan Norwood, you muffed 2 punts against a division rival at home. And on the second one, when you were down 16-10 in the fourth quarter with 12 and a half minutes left, you muffed another one? Get the fuck out of here. And then you were forcibly shoved by registered gun enthusiast Aqib Talib, who was frustrated by your performance. That'll get you benched, my man. I don't know where else to go. The RG3, what the fuck, man? Jesus Christ. I mean, if you're not the corniest dude in sports of all time, I don't know who is. I don't know what to say to you, man. Listen, I know you're getting ready to come back, and I know you're looking healthy, and I want to see you do good. I have nothing against you. I want to see you do good. I hated the way they ran you down into the ground in Washington. I couldn't stand it. But RG3 and your girlfriend, you got robbed at your home stadium. RG3's girlfriend tweeted, so you valet your car for a Browns game, and you come back and you find all of your things and your boyfriend's things have been removed from your wallet. So your own team is stealing on you? Your own team doesn't respect you and your girl enough to treat your car with the respect and the privacy it deserves? RG3, if I were you to send a message to your team and the entire NFL, I would have walked through each one of those security dudes and smacked the shit out of everybody until you found your money. You're a football player. Smack fire out of somebody. Your girl's sitting there looking at you laughing. She's talking greasy on Twitter. The rest of the league and the rest of the team is laughing at you. Listen, I heard you might be coming back. I want you to come back. You might want to tuck that wallet in your helmet, Duke. Okay? Speaking of wallets with no money, Bill fucking Belichick cost Tim Tebow millions of dollars, says Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow's written a new book called Shaken. He said that Bill Belichick once convinced him to turn down $1 million. Okay, turn down $1 million for a single-day product endorsement. When Tim Tebow approached Belichick about the opportunity, Belichick shook his head and said, Timmy, I would really appreciate if you didn't. Really? Yo, check this out. First of all, don't call me Timmy, Billy. Okay, get a fucking life. You're going to tell me I shouldn't make $1 million for one day? Come on, man. One day for $1 million. And Tim Tebow, why are you even asking Bill Belichick? Who cares what he thinks? Is he going to give you the $1 million? Bill Belichick's only sense of satisfaction in life is mumbling, cheating, and being a dick, okay? Where do you get off getting in between a $1 million payday for your backup quarterback and then you cut him? Come on, man. Billy B, you need to reach into your sweatshirt and write Tim Tebow $1 million check right now. Okay, or at least give him one of them Super Bowl rings. You mumbling, stuttering, stumbling, fuck you. That'll get you benched. That's mean-spirited. Oh, my goodness. Listen, I know. I try to like Bill Belichick. I love Gronkowski. Okay, I love LeGarrette Blount. I do. I respect the shit out of Tom Brady, but Bill Belichick, I feel like there's just something about him. I just don't like him. And it's not because he just wins. It's just something about him. Okay? All right, let's get to it. The name of this segment is That Will Get You Benched. Eric Dickerson, we heard about you more in the past 2 weeks than we've heard about you in the past 20 years. You popped off about Jeff Fisher and how you weren't going to be at the Rams games as long as he was coaching and this and that. It became front page sports news. I don't know why. Stupidest beef in sports history all season. Who cares? These guys are bickering. I guess you're not going to be coming to the Coliseum anytime soon because Jeff Fisher, a.k.a. Money Bags, just got a 2-year extension. Fuck you money is what he got. I feel for you, Eric Dickerson. I like you. You don't got your Jerry curl anymore. You're not on the sidelines anymore, which is a damn shame. And Jeff Fisher is one loss away from the most losses all time, but somehow or another, he got an extension. And now you're talking about having nude pictures for blackmail? Eric Dickerson, that'll get you benched. Why you got nude pictures of Jeff Fisher? Huh? That'll get you benched, man. Let that man live. And really, why do you have pictures of Jeff Fisher? Alleged pictures of Jeff Fisher for blackmail? Come on, man. Don't play yourself, man. That'll get you benched. Next up, Riverboat Ron Rivera. You're getting benched, my man. How are you gonna bench Superman over not wearing a tie? Huh? That's why you took out Superman? Because he didn't wear a tie? He looks sharp. There's been so many other reasons and incidents when you could have benched him for outfits. He's out there looking like a Christmas tree on bath salts half the time. And you don't bench him for that shit? He shows up at press conferences wearing tights with no socks and hard-ass shoes. You should have benched him for that. And then you let Derek Anderson step onto the field in one of the hardest stadiums to play in up in Seattle, and he throws a roly-poly pass to Mike Tolbert, who bobbled it, and it led to a pick. Your season was already over. Your fantasy quarterback is running for his life because your offensive line is terrible. His mechanics are all fucked up. And you got issues with his wardrobe? You got bigger fish to fry, Riverboat Ron. You don't bench your quarterback over a tie in prime time. I do the benching. Okay, Ron Rivera? I do the fucking benching, and that'll get you benched. The New York Jets. You benched Ryan Fitzpatrick at halftime. Fitzy, I love you, but you shouldn't have missed training camp. Okay, you might not get another chance to be a starter now, and I like you, Fitzy. I met you. I was rooting for you. Okay? Your history on the I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast, it's documented. We're on your side. The Jets benched themselves on Monday Night Football. Should have just stayed in the locker room. You gave Dwayne Allen 3 touchdowns in the first fucking half. That's enough for the whole team, the coaching staff, Woody Johnson, and guest Mike Pence to get benched. Vice President-elect was out there at the game, And this is what you do? Two dumb fuck kids ran on the field and got lit up by security. Honestly, that was the best hit of the night. I don't even know where to start. The whole team, the whole organization, they should all get benched. Listen, I don't condone to these kinds of activities, okay? Enjoy the clink, you dumb fuck. This kid ran out there during the game. Security knocked him on his ass, okay? That'll get you benched. That'll get the Jets benched. That'll get Monday Night Football benched. They should have never even put the game on the air. Up next, two quarterbacks. Blake Bortles, you fuck you. I'm going to keep this short and sweet, okay? You have more career pick six than career wins. I'm going to say that again. You have more career pick sixes than you have career wins, Blake Bortles. What the fuck are you doing? That will get you benched, okay? Maybe I'm never taking you as a quarterback on DraftKings. Ever. You make me nervous, man. I don't care that you get doo-doo points. Who knows when they're coming, Blake Bortles? Colin Kaepernick. Listen, I understand that it was snowing in Chicago. You're from the West Coast, the 49ers, blah, 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 blah. It's been a long, tumultuous season for you and the Niners. Okay? I understand that you'd rather run the ball than throw a 1-yard completion for 5 yards, but that shit will get you benched. It's over. You got benched during the game, and they replaced you with Blaine the Stain Gabbert. Okay? You said you were surprised at the benching. For real? Now Chip Kelly is saying that you'll be starting this week against the Jets with the two head coaches on the hottest of hot seats. Chip Kelly, that'll get you benched. Figure it out. You want to start Kaepernick after you just benched him? Nobody knows what the fuck is going on, Chip Kelly. Matty Ice. Fucking Matty Ice. You were up. Okay? You couldn't figure it out, huh? You couldn't figure it out, Matty Ice. I like you, Matty Ice. You were on your way to being a game up in the NFC South with a resounding victory against the red-hot Kansas City Chiefs, and you throw pick number 2, not number 1, pick number 2 to Eric Berry, and he returns it for a 2-point conversion. Matty Ice, you're having a great year. People were talking about you being an MVP candidate. But the knock has always been that you're not clutch. I like you, Matty Ice. You seem like a nice guy. But how can I stand up and argue for you, Matty Ice, when you're throwing touchdowns into the other team's hands? Eric Berry ran that shit back like fucking Carl Lewis. Just throw it to Julio. Okay, Julio will catch it. He's a beast. And you throw it into the stands? You were winning, you dumb fuck. Matty Ice, that'll get you benched and possibly iced out of the playoffs. Let's go Bucks. Time to take a little look at the Heisman vote. Hey, guy got beef with the voters because unblockable defensive end Jonathan Allen for undefeated Alabama and Donnell Pumphrey. I like that name, Pumphrey. Never even thought about that. Donnell Pumphrey, who's now the second all-time leading rusher in college football history. Okay, and looks like my paper boy. They weren't nominated for the Heisman Trophy. 870 voters from the media who voted. That'll get you benched. Okay? These guys are out there dominating. I'm not saying they should win. Okay, but they shouldn't be considered? No. That'll get you benched. Speaking of college football, Pete Carroll. You may have your Seattle Seahawks scrimmage against the University of Washington to prepare them against Alabama. Let me tell you something. The fact that I even have to bring this up on my show, the Fantasy Football Follies, makes me sick. Okay? You're fighting. Okay? You're fighting for a playoff spot, Pete Carroll. Not everybody's hopped up on HGH. Okay? You're on something. You're 79 years old. You're hopping around the whole game. You look fantastic. You're on something. Some growth hormones, some male hormones or something. Don't do that. Your team is suffering from bad injuries. That'll get you benched. Finally, Tom Brady. Not many people know this, okay? But you call in every halftime during Monday Night Football to talk to boring Jim Gray, okay? I don't like him. He's the one who was there doing the decision with LeBron. This time, Jim Gray asked you if you think my main man, 50 grand, Derek Carr, should win MVP, and you turned ice cold. That's what I expect from you, Tommy B. You're not a nice guy. I respect it, though. You're a killer, a cold-blooded fucking killer. I don't mean it literally, but on the field, you're a competitor. I respect it. Doesn't mean I have to like it. Okay? You took a page out of your coach's book, and you didn't answer the question directly, you fuck you. You did. You said, I don't like the hypotheticals, Jim. My man, what is you talking about? Okay, that's what talking on the radio is all about. Okay? You're just mad because the Raiders have the same record as you and are currently ahead of you via the tiebreaker. You're just mad that Derek Carr is on the rise and you're on the wrong side of the 201st victory. You fuck you. I know, you got 201 victories, okay? But Derek Carr is creeping down the back street on D's like Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre. Getting snippy with Jim Gray, who shot back. 10 for 2 Oakland isn't hypothetical, Tommy B. Tommy B, don't hate the player, hate the game. That will get you benched. You fuck you.